waves on the wind, she takes to the sky. No jar to contain her, no net to make her mine. She lays on my shoulder, if only for a tease. Then off to the wind, floating on the breeze. For there in that moment she'll be mine, butterfly. But I guess there's some things just not meant to hold. I guess if I love her, let it go. I guess if I love her, let it go. Make sense of this, there ain't no making sense of that. And hoping's just hoping when we don't know where we're at. Want you to run so far, yeah, and fly so free. I've never felt so stuck in between. At the end of the day, just won't you say that you'll stay? I guess there's some things just not meant to hold. I guess if I love her, let it go. I guess if I love you, let you go. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go.
Square box.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back to Live on Patrol. Thanks for joining us. We're excited to test out this new cell phone booster. So it is, as of this moment, it is active. And
power light is on.
well, this is back here. It is. Here's the guts of it, Pat. Right back here, this little green box.
Oh, okay.
Got an antenna on the roof. Now, someone did send us a text saying that we might be better off transmitting on 4G LTE than 5. I don't know what we're on, but if we have issues, we might switch that setting.
Right.
Here's what I do know, though. I took this out for a little private ride last night just to make sure I had everything plugged in right.
Yeah.
And the video image was clear.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that's an indication that the bit rate is increased. I'm hoping that's what that means.
It's promising.
Now, this is supposed to be 18 inches away from the phone. So, I don't know. This will be exciting. I mean, Mike Youngers can text us on our bad spots. I took it over there by the nickel joint over there in that area in Charles there. And it stopped a couple times for like 3 seconds.
Okay.
And then it seemed to downgrade the video to what we were used to, but it definitely didn't buffer for 30 seconds. I mean, how frustrating is that? We're sorry that we put you through that. I know a lot of you said, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. But we got to figure out a way to get better. And I'm just going to tell you the first name of the man that got us this. His name is Ken. Thank you, Ken.
Really appreciate it, Ken.
We'll see how this works, and we're optimistic as we always are. We are optimistic. And
on that note, let's just all all hope for the best here and wish that this works well. Drum roll, please.
That is a drum roll. Bang!
Bang!
And that little speaker doesn't sound like a drum roll, but that is a drum roll. But we don't want to celebrate too soon. We don't want to celebrate too soon.
We're hoping.
But it is a beautiful day. And it's a beautiful day, and it reminded me of butterflies, so that's why I played my son's song Butterflies.
I love that song.
It's going to be 80 degrees on Saturday. Can you believe, though, that it's going to be 80 degrees on Saturday, and then suddenly it's going to be back to the 60s for a week and a half?
Unreal. Well, we're going to have to really enjoy that Saturday.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Well, the picture looks pretty good. Maybe that's just daylight, but it seems to be extraordinarily crisp, doesn't it?
It does.
I gotta just a second. Even if it stops for a second, that's better than if it stops
For a few minutes. Oh, we're already.
A lot of cell phone use. Between 7 and 10 is the highest volume of cell phone use. There's a lot of people now are using this as their primary television. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stick to a TV myself.
Primary television. See what happens here. There's a lot of adjustments we can make here that we haven't quite figured out. The location of the antennas. We got one on the roof. But for those of you that are watching on YouTube, if you can text us on Facebook, that looks like an amazing picture. I don't know. Oops. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that.
Hang on a second. You can text us on Facebook. Hey, are you there, Sheriff Dave?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. You know you're live on patrol. Did you mean to call us? Sorry about that.
I forgot you're live on patrol for 5 minutes because I was talking to other people, but
Yeah, that.
Hang on a second. Hang on 1 minute here, Dave. Hang on a minute. There, Sheriff Dave? We got all sorts of issues here with our communication so far. Let me call you right back as soon as I get you shut up.
You got it.
Was that you?
I think that was me.
I warned you. Oh. Sheriff Hutchinson is calling. But we were getting him streamed on 2 different audio sources. Hello, Sheriff. How are you?
very good, sir. How are you, Sheriff?
Good.
My favorite sheriff.
Well, I gotta get you hooked up to the speaker so people can hear that. You're plugged in there. Anyhow, well, you're on, but you're not on as loud as we would like you because we have other other technical.
Yell if you want me to. Help.
Yeah, yell. What do you got going?
Nothing. I just mowed my grass and covered some emails and trying to get cool like Bob Fletcher.
Well, let me call you back after we get all our technology. You go mow your grass. I'll call you back when you're having a lemonade.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Bye. All right. So, a lot of moving parts here, trying to get things working right. But first, we want to talk about crime. Because since we worked last Friday and Saturday. We made some trips to the foundry. And Sunday night after we worked Saturday, there was a man shot and killed at the foundry bar.
Yep.
So Patrick, take us through all the crime of the last week. We're going to go to each particular. Well, you know what? long as we're on Payne Avenue, we can drive by any locations that you want me to. Let's take them to all the incidents.
Let's, hang on here.
We had about 13 shootings here in the last week.
Let's go by Payne and Magnolia, Magnolia's restaurant,
Oh, yeah.
which would have been at right at about 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay. That was yeah, we got off work about 2 on Saturday and then 4 p.m. on Sunday, right?
Yep,
I think you brought me a Mountain Dew.
that's it. I was about to drink yours. I got mine right next to me. But yeah, it was, for gunfire, it was an extremely busy week, including one murder. And this one at Payne and Magnolia, it's miraculous it wasn't a murder. And it was right outside Magnolia's restaurant, which is pretty much an East Side institution. I don't think I know a single person who's ever eaten at Magnolia's who doesn't like it.
It's kind of nice to be out in the daylight.
I like
Right?
it.
Ooh. Go ahead there. Pedestrians do have the right of way when they're in the crosswalk. However, in the middle of the street, not actually. But we always try to stop for them anyhow. Let me know if you think the picture is clearer, because that's what I noticed last night. I was just streaming it to myself.
That picture's amazing. Well, we're coming up on Magnolia here, and you'll see on the left Magnolia's restaurant. There's
So you tell the story.
a man that local law enforcement is very familiar with, who had a dispute with an ex-girlfriend earlier in the week, maybe even the day before, but came here to get some takeout food. And as he came out of the restaurant, someone apparently affiliated with his ex-girlfriend in some way, shape, or form, don't know who that is, shot the man in the shin, the hip, and the arm. And police and paramedics responded.
The shin, the hip, and the arm.
That's, just think about when you wrap your shin on your bed frame, how much that hurts. Imagine a bullet going through your shin. I can't imagine.
Well, I had this image of a kung fu fighter deflecting each of the 3 rounds with a different body part.
maybe he's got bionic
Yeah.
shins. We're going to do these a little bit out of order just because of proximity here.
I'll go up to 1369 Payne.
Yep. You may remember, it was a couple of weeks ago, we actually talked to a number of people from 1369 Payne right outside the house. And looks like there might be some people there now. But right after they parked the car, and they were not too friendly towards us, and there was no one at this shooting scene who was cooperative. And this was actually on Monday night at about 10:15. A number of people called in for 10 to 20 shots fired, reports of 5 males running in the alley. Officers found broken glass at the intersection. There was supposedly a blue Nissan Altima and a gray Jeep involved. In fact, a blue Nissan Altima is what we stopped these folks in outside the house a couple weeks ago. And there was...
and it's no secret either, there have been dozens of calls to this address.
on
on Payne here.
Shots fired at people at the house, shots fired at the house, shots fired from the house at people in the street.
So, anyhow, it's just, I don't know what the definition of a problem property is, but I'm not able to legally define that, but I can tell you that's just been many calls right there. We're just driving by the house.
Oh, and there's the blue Nissan right now.
Yeah.
But one person was showed up with a gunshot wound at Regions. I believe it was in the leg. And a silver car dropped him off. And
wasn't the car in the alley with 10 holes in it?
There was a car in the alley with a bunch of holes in it, yep.
I think I'm going to drive down the alley. I think it had, right behind the house, it had 10 shots in the car.
Right.
So, we did not have a cooperative victim, so you can't really say for sure where the person got shot, but it sure looks like they were in the car.
And there's a silver Nissan there. So we had a blue Nissan and a silver Nissan supposedly involved in some way, and there are people.
It's all right. I don't give out too much.
So they recovered multiple casings from multiple calibers of weapons on Ivy, just west of Payne.
Where do you want me to head now?
Let's, you know what? I think we should go to the fountain.
Okay. So tell the story about the foundry, because that gentleman ended up dying, and we're not going
to give a whole lot of details on that, but
obviously law enforcement is pursuing who's responsible and identifying any leads, investigating the matter.
But I'm sure you're familiar with the foundry from multiple trips we've made there and multiple comments.
Echo 393 was moved back to a black Ford Fusion. Male described as a black and white male, 20 to 30 years old, thin build with a white hat, blue button-up shirt. Female's black and white female wearing a black shirt and a red shirt and white pants. Last seen north following the Gary Place, 1948.
I'll just listen in on that. You
yeah. It was a very confusing call. A lot of moving parts that the officers did an outstanding job of putting together. But it was apparently an armed carjacking where a man and the victim in a Mercedes was, and his name was Tyrese Harris, 45-year-old man.
Affirmative, I am clear.
Was blocked in by another vehicle in the parking lot and shot in the abdomen, and his vehicle was taken. He was taken to the Regions Hospital, where he passed away the next morning, I believe. And
332 Minnesota Street, First National Bank Building. No answer.
The gang unit assisted immensely on that call.
534 received. 273.
And there was a hit and run reported at the same time, where the victim of the hit and run tried following the suspect vehicle, but lost sight of it at Rice and Jessamine.
There was a robbery on Rice Street tonight just before we came to work. I don't know if you got any details.
I did not even hear
Maybe
that.
Joe Miller. We'll probably have a Jelly Joe with us tomorrow night at 9/11. But Joe, if you got any details on that robbery on Rice Street earlier tonight, I might have. Let me just see. I might even have a.
Tango. One car request for Nebraska.
Accidental dial will be clear. Copy 1950.
Might have been before Everett came to work.
But you might remember the night before, I believe it was the night before, when we were at the Foundry, there had been a report of a woman calling in saying she'd been shot. Well, it turned out she had not been shot. She'd been hit in the head with a liquor bottle, a bottle of Hennessy. And we tried talking to people to find out what had happened, and no one had any interest in giving us any information whatsoever. And when you have that...
Yeah, they were still pleasant, though.
They were still pleasant.
They were pleasant. It wasn't as if they were angry. They were just pleasant. Pleasantly refusing to give us any info. Pleasantly
But this is the Foundry where it occurred.
Yep, and the cars blocked him in. Pulled up on him, so obviously he knew the party. So this isn't the same random carjacking that a lot of people occur.
How y'all doing?
Good, how about you?
29.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
82 Thomas Avenue, lower unit.
Pretty sad that guy got killed here, huh?
Through the compact
Sad
into the
deal.
wall and slammed her head into the
Sad
counter.
deal.
Suspect still on scene and the comp disconnected. Cover.
$44.81.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, one.
So nice of you to say hi.
Shoplifter in custody of the cooperative. Called him by
Oh,
the
yeah,
security
good for
guard
you.
during the executive
What's your
office.
name? Nancy.
A1 copy.
A Gator? The Gators? Shout out to the Gator in Alabama. The Gators. Yeah, of course. You too. Who's there with you? Leland, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Have a good night, folks.
Thank you. No, you made our day. Thank you so much. It's nice to have friends like you guys. Thank you. Well, that was kind of them.
Yeah.
Nancy and Leland. Got a connection down there to Gator in Florida. Gotta go to that. I've been to Florida a few times, but they got an alligator park. You can go in there. I've been to one of the little ones, but I mean a big Everglade alligator park where you can see the big alligators.
Oh, yeah.
Do that someday.
Negative, but previous.
Oh my goodness, look at those kids out there on the field. I love this time of night.
Absolutely.
Everybody's out there doing something fun.
606.
Little soccer practice out there.
Yeah, 666.
Where are we headed, Captain?
Let's head down to Rice and
Manitoba?
Manitoba or Winnipeg?
Yep.
Rice and Manitoba.
Check channel 2 for 656.
So far, I don't know. I mean, the camera's working okay, I think, right?
Yeah. It's a great picture. Sharpest I've ever seen it.
Seems a little bit better than normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Squad 656 on check. Oh, yeah. 29. Can you, echo whiskey 735?
Apparently the actual address on this is going to be 113 Manitoba. It happened in front of.
Okay.
And this was a really complicated one. You'll see what I mean when I get into it, folks.
You tell a good story.
I try.
Unfortunately, they're all true.
Yeah. That is unfortunate.
Unfortunately. good to have a nice summary of what's going on. I noticed St. Paul isn't, well, I don't know, maybe I'm on the wrong page, but their Facebook page used to have a summary of all the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they're not producing that. Manitoba or Winnipeg?
Winnipeg. Wait a minute. Shoot, sorry.
I'll go this way. We're on Manitoba right now. 131. Or where do you want me to head?
Manitoba.
How's it going, bud?
113 Manitoba. So right in front of about here in the street. Okay. Get ready for this one, folks.
Mind if I keep moving, though?
Keep moving. Several people call in and report 10 to 15 shots fired. The telecommunicator at the dispatcher's office could hear the shots being fired in the background. There is also...
Hold on a minute.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, so he has to hold... He holds... You hold the basket while he's dunking, or what?
Yeah, he's cheating.
All right. Yeah.
Are you guys brothers?
No.
That's
Nice. That's good
That's
friends.
good. Hey, that's nice of you to make sure he doesn't tip it over when he dunks, huh?
All right.
I didn't know it was a cop.
Yeah, we're policemen, police officers.
It was a normal car.
Yeah. You want to look inside real quick? You want to hear a siren? Come on over for a minute.
Oh,
Huh? See, we.
all right, have a good day.
All right, you two guys. Thanks
Take
a lot.
care.
Thanks. Thank you.
He's clear of work.
So the telecom... Whoop.
Oh, we're just saying hi to the kids.
You said hi for the kid?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, he's got a water. He's got a
super
He's got a water soaker. 80 degrees. Hey, it's going to be 80 on Saturday. Get that super soaker going then. Yeah, we just came out. It was pretty cool because the little kid was holding the post so the big kid could dunk it. Because if he grabs on it, it tips over.
So the little kid was holding it for him.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, we were just saying hi. There was a little shooting here the other night, though. Did you know that?
I don't live over here. My sister's staying there.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we were just checking out the location.
Okay.
All right.
Just keeping an eye on the neighborhood.
Here comes sister.
Take care.
Sister.
All right, I'm on my way right now. Oh, you were able to stick around?
Anyhow.
So at the same time these shots are being fired,
Yep.
call comes in for a hit and run. And that someone was shot at from a silver Pontiac, and the Pontiac fled west on Milford behind the apartments.
Okay.
So the vehicle that did the hit and run was a tan or silver Impala. They left.
Okay, I should start writing this down.
Really.
It's a hard story to follow.
Then all the people from the Impala came back to the scene on foot and started shooting at the people they'd hit.
Oh. Huh?
A person in 800 block of Rice had a bullet come through the window of their home.
Really?
2 bullets were recovered out of a Ford Expedition that was uninvolved. Multiple shell casings at 900 Rice. And 2 involved vehicles, a Chevy HHR and a Chevy Impala, were recovered, and we're buffering them both.
288, I copy not to the dangerous condition, Rice and Como, not female in the middle of the street, maybe non-vehicle.
How long were we out for? 15? Hard to say.
I wonder how long were we buffering for, folks?
So one of the things that makes me sad about this story is I'm watching those 2 kids out there playing basketball. And
Imagine had they been out there.
I'm thinking about them having to be out there when all those shots are exchanged. That's
Kids shouldn't have to live like that.
no. And that's why we spend a lot of time down here. You know, I was thinking about that. A lot of you wonder why we spend so much time by the foundry. It's to prevent those shootings from happening.
Yep.
That's the purpose of it.
Bottom line, it's highly unlikely someone's going to do a shooting if law enforcement is on scene.
Yep. Well, I'll just keep moving and see how this buffering goes. It may be that we got it on 5G. That might not be a bad idea to move it back down to 4G. Sometimes that's why this other phone seems to work better, huh?
Yeah.
We'll see how far it gets behind. That's a good story. So where are we going from here?
Well, let's see.
8196 clear. This
Well, there was one down on Raspberry Island, but we don't know exactly where. And the story that was told about how it happened is somewhat
Someone was following them for some period of time, according to them, right?
right. But on the others, there was, today. Let's go to St. Agnes.
Yeah.
St. Agnes School and Jackson Elementary both ended up being put on lockdown this morning because of this next one.
Still no, we're gonna have to see here. We might have to do a quick reboot, huh?
Yeah. Check what we're on as far as 5G or LTE.
Let's just see, maybe. I mean, there is a lot of cell phone usage at 8 o'clock at night. And 8 to 9 is one of the most busy times, so we can survive this without too much.